arms are still crooked. I was having a lot of stuff, break a finger, I would tape them together. And after a while, it just didn't feel good at all. Every time you went in the ring, it was like a painful experience. And I used to love to give it my all for the fans. But there came a time when I just felt like my all wasn't anywhere near what they deserved, because I wasn't kidding myself. I knew that I couldn't do what I was doing before, and I wanted out. I wanted out because I didn't think it was fair. I didn't think it was fair to anybody. I don't want to just be in there to collect a bigger check and deprive the fans of what they deserved, what they paid. So I started bugging McMahon about, get somebody ready. I got to get out. I got to get out.
So from this whole dream of you know, I want the championship, et cetera, it had deteriorated to, now I want to get out of this thing.
Yeah, because 8 years is a long time when you're on that kind of a schedule that I was in. I mean, that's a long time. And I used to go, unlike a lot of the matches now, we used to go long matches. How many hour matches did I go throughout my career? And those things take a toll, those hard rings. We used to use boxing rings. Yeah. Those things were like concrete. When you took body slams in those rings, believe me, a lot different than taking body slams in what they have out there today. It's like a trampolines that they have now. You have padded things around the ring. We had concrete around the ring when you went out. So, you know, it takes its toll on you. And not that I wasn't quitting wrestling. I just felt, but keep in mind, Bill, my name was so established by now that by not being champion after 8 years, it didn't mean that Bruno Sammartino was finished to where now nobody will want to use him again. When I was no longer champion, doors opened up like you can't believe, and I was picking my shots. St. Louis, Mushnick was calling me to come in for shots there. Paul Bosch, I went down to him. I'd go to Japan, but here's where I love the business now. If I'd go to Japan for 2 weeks, I wouldn't take any bookings for the next 10 days. So my body was always resting from my, from these grueling trips. If I would go with the Bruiser, remember Dick the Bruiser and I became tag team partners. I would accept Indianapolis, but we would go to Chicago, Indianapolis, and some other towns around that whole area, and I would wrestle 3-4 days with them. Then I wouldn't accept anything for the next 10 days again. You know what I mean? Yes. So that I was loving the business, and I was making money because Mushnick would give me 10% of the cases with Paul Bosch. With the Bruiser was a little less, but Bruiser was a crazy guy, and I liked the guy. And Japan was treating me great. So I was really doing well, and I felt that I really could stay in this business a long time like this because my body always had time to heal from
We're pacing.
Yeah, exactly, and it was great, and I continued like this, and then one day McMahon calls me up and wanted to meet me. In fact, him and his son, Junior.
Before you go there, who was, when they switched the title, when you lost the title to Ivan Koloff, which was one of the most amazing nights at the Garden, 22,000 people there. And when I remember it, I was there shooting pictures, and dead silence. It was a funeral.
You know how scary that was to me? When I lost the title and the silence, I honestly thought that because he came down hard when he came across my neck and chest, I thought that some damage had been done that affected my hearing because I'm expecting the boos and stuff, and I couldn't hear a sound. And I thought, my God, what's wrong? And I really got scared that something drastic had happened to me. But then Arnold Skolin, remember, he came over, he stooped over, and he said to me, Bruno, are you okay? Well, I heard him clear as a bell. I heard Arnold say that to me. So I thought, well, it can't be my ears. I heard him so clear. So I thought, what's going on? So then this was really a killer for me. And I'll admit, for the first time ever here, it drew tears in my eyes. I cried when I went to the dressing room, and I'll tell you why. After he helped me up, supposedly, as I started making my way out, people were crying and saying things to me like, Bruno, we'll love you. We'll always love you. You were the best. You'll always be the best. And sobbing. It broke my heart so bad that I thought, oh my God, I didn't know that I was going to make these people feel this terrible, this sad. I went to the dressing room by myself alone. I felt so sad, and I felt like I had betrayed the people that showed so much love for me. There's such a number more there. I really broke down. I mean, I literally had tears.
The New York Daily News covered that, and they have photos of fans crying.
Yeah. Yeah.
There.
A lot of people don't believe, just what the difference between wrestling then and with the fans and today.
Totally different.
Oh man.
So now now you're doing all the other promotions, the independents, etc., in Japan, and McMahon calls you again?
McMahon called me up and he said to me he needed to talk. Well, he talked to me on the phone a couple of times, but he said to me, look, let's meet at the airport.